Come see my garden, my YouTube channel for gardeners all around the world, sharing tips and ideas and talking about what they're doing in their part of the world. So I used to live in the city, and then we decided that we would move to the country. And when you live in country properties, they're very different than in the city. And what we have here is something that was actually put into this house when this house was built. So we believe the house was built in the 90s, and they were very conscious, obviously, about recycling and not using too much water and reusing the water, because we do have some severe drought areas in our country. So this house has what's called, firstly, a grease trap. And this is what the grease trap looks like before it's been cleaned. So everything that comes from the kitchen sink goes down in through here, and there's like a little sieve in the bottom, and you lift it out, and any grease that got through, any leftover food or any little bits and pieces are actually collected in like a little basket, and you take that out and clean it. And then when this fills up, this water, along with the water from the showers and the kitchen sink and all bathrooms in the house, except obviously the toilets, that water all comes in here. So the cleaner water from the grease trap and the water from all the showers, bathroom areas and the kitchen all comes then in through here. And then this water sits there, and there's a submersible pump. And when the water level gets to a certain height, the pump kicks in, and then that water is recycled. And it's put back into whatever part of your garden you choose. And we use it to actually keep this back part of the garden nice and green. So it's suitable to use on fruit trees. We've sometimes had the water pumping out to fruit trees, but often we just leave it here in the back. And in times of drought, when things are a bit lean with water, we just move this big hose around and we keep this area nice and green. So no water is wasted here that we use inside the house. Apart from the septic water, everything else gets pumped right back into our garden. And here is the pump in action. So there's the system. The level of water would have filled up just above the float on the pump, and it will now empty out about 2/3 of what was in there. So really saving this most precious resource that we have and using it in our garden. Let me just explain, any of you that are thinking about building houses, the systems now in the year 2020 are very different than they were in the 80s and 90s. And I now believe the two systems, the grease trap and the actual water overflow, are now one system. So much more efficient and effective, obviously, than 30 or 40 years ago. But if you're moving into a new home and you have the opportunity, check out one of these systems. Every shower you have, every time you use your washing machine, every time anyone turns on the kitchen sink, you can recycle that water. As I say, our most precious of resources that we have. So do something fabulous for you, save yourself the cost of water, do something wonderful for the planet, and look at one of these recycling water systems.